holy crap! I'm no longer on a computer. We're no longer on a computer. That's mad. Obligatory. We're no longer in computer joke right here. Insert. Done. I did it. I'm the cleverest man on the planet. I made a topical, funny joke about being in someone else's house for a podcast. Hello there, I'm Sean Scullion from the Walking Skull podcast. I am the Scull part where I overthink way too darn much. And in the right of me, actually in person, for proof, my friend Martin Walker, the Walker part. Get your hand near the camera for a minute, will you? Not the camera, the microphone for a minute, will you? Get your hand.
What Sean's trying to say is that we are recording in person for once. If I went like this...
Oh, come here, that was weak. Like this.
That's the sound of us hitting each other.
So we're in the same building now.
We're actually in the same room.
Yeah.
Legally. We're in the same room now.
It's all good. It's fine.
Now that there is no sort of COVID rules that will tell us off for this, we've been hanging out in person for years.
Yeah, I mean, for years. In COVID time, it's years. Don't question it. But yeah, I think there's like still rules going around, but they're respectable enough where it's like, you can do this, just don't be an idiot, which is very fair. But then again, the down south, you have the government down there is pretty much just being like, I don't know, we're opening up in this state, just don't fucking be an idiot, but who cares? It's like, well, that's not clear.
Basically, yeah. But then they cheat on their wives. But let's not cover that topic right now.
Yeah, let's not worry about that. That's for them to sort out. We're not here to talk about that ridiculousness.
That's for a political Walking Skull, but we don't do political Walking Skull.
No, because our combined brain cells aren't particularly that clever enough to do that sort of thing. We're not really that into politics.
But what do we do, Sean?
Well, I'm glad you're asked. We talk about movies and shows that we saw. A very unoriginal format, but it's a good format to talk about.
Two white guys talking about films. That's never been on the internet, ever.
Martin, god damn it, you got political! What the fuck is wrong with you? You got political! You just sound on political! Ugh! Everything angry! I'm kidding, it's fine.
Yeah, we're fine. We're all fine. It's all fine. We're good.
It's good. It's good.
But yes, as Sean says, this is where we talk whenever my schedule frees up about films. Because... for the people who have been listening, more and more of that building is coming down. And I'm not dying of it yet at this moment. Yeah, although you might be able to tell by my croaky voice that I have inhaled 100-year-old dust. But other than that...
I mean, I can't tell. You sound completely fine to me, sir.
You should have heard me yesterday. I was just coughing and spluttering. It was almost like I had COVID.
I don't think anyone heard that scream, but trust me, it hurt me more than it hurt
trust
you.
Trust me, from the person who's got both the mics wired into his ears. Yes, I did.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh.
But anyway, as you can tell, we're excited that we're actually sitting in the same room.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it later, but we actually saw some movies together.
Get out of town. Get out of here.
You don't say get out of town because we saw the movies together. You know we did.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because me and Martin went to see one of the movies together, and myself, I've been going there non-stop. It's like a revolving door. It's just been, I've been out of the house, don't worry. I've been super careful, got my mask on, got my hand sanitizer, because I'm a very responsible boy. So yeah, it's been pretty good, just non-stop.
Yeah, it's weird to not look at my screen when we're having a conversation.
I know, it's so bizarre, isn't it?
It feels like I'm rude now looking at my screen, but I'm actually just making sure that everything's working.
I mean, that's in your defense. You're making sure everything's all working. I'm just here like flapping my gums at you and talking about shit. So it's all good. It's fine.
I also wish that Zoom had a way to monitor audio because. A little boring behind the scenes. I've got 2 different mics wired into my computer just in case, because I have currently bought myself a new Yeti blackout version Blue Yeti microphone from Amazon deals, and I'm still not 100% sure on how to work it. So if this audio sounds like mint, it is my fault.
I mean, it's a very beautiful microphone, I've got to say.
It is.
I'm probably thinking of like getting a Blue Yeti just because I've heard they're quite well recommended in terms of like, the best kind of microphone results.
We are not sponsored by Blue Yeti because we have 3 subscribers, so they don't care.
Yeah, but Blue Yeti, if anyone's listening out there, we would very much like a subscription to your services, or you can very much just buy us out.
Just send us stuff.
Yeah, we just send us stuff. I don't know how sponsorships work. Just give us something if you want to. That'd be very cool.
I'm going to turn the gain down on one microphone. But Sean.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to know what I've been watching?
Well, that's why we're here, isn't it? Go ahead, my good friend Martin Walker of the Walking Skull podcast. What have you been watching?
That was a weird thing that you said. You went very weird with it there. So, we have spoken about this in parts, but I've not went into full thing of it. I watched a TV show that is actually very old, well, relatively old in the term of internet, where I watched Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency.
Oh, the one on Netflix.
The Netflix one, that is the BBC America version, not the BBC version.
Yeah,
the
I think...
BBC version was Stephen Magnum and someone else.
Wasn't it Darren Boyd? The tall fella.
Yes.
Like, very tall fella. I remember he was in The World's End, and that's what I can remember him being in. But I can remember him being...
that gentleman.
Yeah, there we go. And if he is listening, I'm sorry. All I know you as is the tall fella. That'll be. I hope that's on your business card.
He's been in tons, is he not? He was in.
I think he was.
No, I'm confusing him with the bad guy from the most recent Jurassic Park film.
Oh, Rafe Spall.
Yeah.
No, Rafe Spall's like compared to this guy, it's like tiny, but that's fine. But the other guy, I can picture him, and I've seen him in like several other stuff. I think it's Darren Boyd. I'm confident in that, but at the same time,
I could also just Google it.
Yeah.
But either way...
Let's not get up into details. Tell me about this Dirk Gently show.
It is... I need to burp, and that's really annoying. But it's gone away now. He is a holistic detective. I'm trying to say that properly. Holistic detective.
Holistic detective.
Where I believe that he has a detective agency where he deals with supernatural things, but he doesn't actually investigate cases properly. Huh. Dirk Gently is played by a gentleman of the name of Samuel Barnett, and what happens is he just sort of has a feeling of where he needs to go and goes off that hunch, and then just it cascades. And he's got more he'll in this beginning of the season, so of the first season, I won't really spoil that much. He finds his way to a guy called Elijah Wood, who you may have heard of. Small time actor.
Yeah.
Might not have. He's done a few things.
Was he in that independent movie Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring?
Yeah. Not a lot of people have heard of it.
Yeah.
Won a couple of awards.
Yeah.
But this actor, Elijah Wood, plays Todd Brotzman. And he is weirdly, obviously this is a movement from America across to the UK where he's a bellhop, and that's not really a thing we have over here. No. He specifically works the elevator.
Yeah, it's a very American thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it could be an international thing too, but I think you only get it in certain countries, and America for some reason is one of them.
But he plays that man. And one of the times he is sent up to a disturbance in one of the hotel suites, and he comes in and it's been a massacre. And there is tons of bodies everywhere, tons of blood everywhere. And all that happens, and for some reason he gets fired. Because they connect him to it through the fact that he is the first gentleman on scene. And it is his key card. There's obviously hotel staff have got universal key cards that get you in everywhere. His key card is the one that was stolen to get into that place, so they the police decide to link him to it, and just because you need it for the plot, the hotel business goes, no, we do not want you connected with us, so you're fired. And he makes his way back home and bumps into Mr. Dirk Gently, who is slowly just going through fixing this case. And it gets weirder and weirder from there. There's body swappings with, a victim is swapped bodies with a dog, and this kidnapped girl's in a dog. There's people who have lived for centuries who just swap their souls into a new body. There is time travel. There is an illness that I've never actually heard of, and I'm not 100% sure if it's real. And I can't actually remember how to spell it to Google it if it is real. But basically, Elijah Wood's character's sister has an illness where she hallucinates, but the hallucinations in her mind are like real. So if she imagines that if she goes out and she gets caught in a gust of wind that's really cold, she'll imagine that her arm is freezing off because she is that cold.
Alright.
And she is part of this thing that needs to happen. There is a woman who is called Fiona Dourif, plays a character called Bart, who is, if Dirk Gently is a holistic detective, she's a holistic assassin.
Oh, okay.
Where she just has the feeling that she needs to kill a certain person.
Alright.
She bumps into a man who is in the wrong place at the wrong time, who I'm struggling to find his name, actually. I'm not sure why he's not listed here. I'll just a quick scroll. It's not him, is it? Yes, it is. I am going to apologise for this because I have no idea how to pronounce this name properly.
Yeah, the silence.
Mpho K-O Mpho Koaho, who has been in a lot of things. Like he's a bit character. I'll be honest.
I think the term is probably character actor. Like I think that's the preferred like term, or at least the right term. I think for those sort of like actors that appear in everywhere, you know.
But he bumps into her because he is in the wrong place in the wrong time, and she, for some reason, has a feeling that she needs to either kill or meet up with Dirk Gently, and she's following like this trail to try and find Dirk Gently. She doesn't know why, she just follows it.
Mm-hmm.
And she bumps into the guy that I can't pronounce his name off, and I apologise, but he plays Ken, and he then helps her because you slowly find out that it's not her being crazy that she kills people. Like, she'll find someone and kill the person she feels needs to kill. Will have like she'll accidentally call a guy across the road because she feels she needs to kill him, and he'll get hit by a car, and then they find out that he's actually kidnapped his family. Jesus. And has them locked in a basement.
Oh my god.
And was a really, really bad guy, and that's why she felt the need to kill him. But she also can't die. Like, the way that the universe is working for her is that if she tries to get shot, the gun will either jam, or even if she's right in front of him, the guy will just completely like miss somehow. She just doesn't die, and she has no idea why she can't die, but she has a feeling that she needs to find Dirk Gently, and she thinks it's to kill him, but you progress and find out. You also find out eventually that they are all part of a government agency that just lost these people. Like, these people, I think it's called Blackwing, is the government agency, kidnapped these people when they were younger because they've got like heightened holistic stuff. And then you find out that there is also a team of 4 people called the Rowdy Three that go around, that are energy vampires. So they go around just sucking energy out of people. And for some reason, Dirk Gently's energy tastes amazing. So they follow him around. And whenever he gets like injured or hurt, or there's literally a moment in the series where they get trapped in a building, and they get trapped in a certain room that's just got no walls, like Elijah Wood and Samuel Barnett's guys. So the Rowdy Three just appear from nowhere, break down this wall, save him, suck his energy out, and then disappear. That's me punching a lamp behind.
That's how you say Martin gets. He punches his lamps.
Dirk Gently is an alright character, but you watch it for the Rowdy Three. Like, you watch the whole thing because they will just appear, save the day, and then leave. They just sort of... There's literally a moment where at one point they help out Elijah Wood's sister in this because they find out that if they suck out the energy while she's having an attack, it tastes amazing to them, but it also stops her having the attack.
Oh, so it's like beneficial to both parties.
Yeah. So they have that, and she literally, at the end of the season, something happens, and she's like, that's the last time the Rowdy Three will save you, by the way. They told me that before they dropped off, and then she goes off in the van, and then it just escalates more and more and more. And later on, after we finish recording this, I'll show you the end of the first season with no context, and it literally gets you really hyped for a second season. Unfortunately, the reason why you've not heard of this is because I don't think it was doing well in America. So it's
Yeah.
only actually had 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But the second season, I'm not going to go into, but it gets crazy.
Yeah, like, I think, isn't it, like, based on, like, a series of, like, British novels written by
Yeah.
the guy who wrote, what's it called? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Yeah, it's that same kind of level. I'll just double check his name. Douglas Adams. It's the same level of books him, and it's like, it's a crazy show. It literally, you have no idea why it's so crazy, but you just want to watch it.
Yeah, I definitely want to give it a shot, but I think more or less the book and probably the original, like, British show is Stephen Mangan, just because, like, there's a bit of an asterisk when it comes to the, like, the Netflix show to me, but I think just into the fact that, like, the creator of that show is, I won't mention the name, but kind of a bad dude from what I've heard, and kind of don't want to support a show that's made by a bad dude.
Oh, but when I talked to you about it, and you said, no, it's fine if you're enjoying the show. So sure, let's go down that route.
I mean, listen, you're the one who's watching it. I'm not gonna, like, make a big song and dance to you about it. If you want to watch it, you want to watch it. It's not. I'm not gonna bite your head off about it.
My logic behind it is that he may have brought it to TV, but he didn't make the show what it is.
All right.
He created it for TV, but also there was a different casting director that cast all the people. The actors brought their own stuff to it. And it's not like they are also people who sexually assaulted other people.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Like, the
way I'm thinking behind it is that he may have brought the money to the thing to then make it a thing.
But he's not the one who's, like, instrumental in, like,
it's not like the
good.
guy was in every episode.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get your
or
viewpoint
any
behind
episodes
it.
actually, for us talking cryptically. But, like, any of the episodes, it's not like he was the reason that the show was the show.
Like, he wasn't, like, writing all the episodes essentially. Yeah. All right. Like, I mean,
it's his show only in name.
Yeah.
Everything else, like Elijah Wood and Samuel Burnett, they brought their own stuff to the show.
Oh, the way you're putting it, the way you're putting it makes sense. For me, it's just like it's one of those things I'm gonna have to, like, I'm more or less kind of grappling with, and sort of, like, probably would give it a shot. It's just, I don't know. I would probably have to be, like, somewhat. I'd probably have to, like, prepare myself for that sort of thing. But the way you put it does make sense in how you're watching and enjoying it. It's just down to different strokes, if you ask me. If someone can put it at the back of their head and, like, can watch the show just fine, that's cool. You know, like, I have more of a hard time watching, like, say something that involves creators, who are involved with, like, making shows and whatnot. Like, with actors, they're there just to, like for example, certain actors that have not been particularly the greatest people, they are there just to play a character. You know, they're there to be that character, and they didn't really write the script and they didn't direct it. It's directed by someone else and written by someone else. Like, say for example, American Beauty, that has, like, a lot more people behind it making the movie, and they're acting in the movie than this one person. When it comes to creators, it kind of bothers me more because, like, that's them making the stuff.
That is understandable that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Douglas Adams property.
Oh yeah, like, it's not like
then was basically, if it was created by this man, it means that he went to BBC America and went, we can make this.
Yeah,
and that's the gist of it.
Yeah,
they then went, yeah, we'll get you writers, we'll get you a TV show, we'll get you all the stuff you need. It's not it'll say created by blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but it's not your show. It's Douglas Adams' thing that you brought to this show.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm saying he created the whole concept. No. I mean, trust me, this is the same dude who also wrote Bright. I don't think he has, like, the creative power.
Bright was an amazing film.
To make anything as good as, like, anything Douglas Adams made. So, you know, I would probably give
hush your mouth about Bright. Bright was the best film in the world.
Hey,
I was like, oh my god, he's a Bright?
You're a Bright? You're a Bright?
And the orcs that were, like, had genuinely really not that much to do with this show.
They were just there. They were a big allegory for racism, and it was pretty weird. And yeah, although I will say though, the highlight of that movie is where we have Will Smith, and he just the line "Fairy lives no matter today." I don't know why it gets me to giggle every time.
That genuinely, and this says a lot about the film. The highlight of the film for me was the trailer.
I mean, it did.
The trailer, if you watch, I think it's like trailer 2 or something like that. The trailer for Bright the music that was used, the editing of the trailer. Whoever edited that was amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking back to the first trailer where you have him pick up the sword. I was all like, "Oh man, they're gonna use the sword. It's gonna be so cool." And then you see this, and then you see that shot in the movie that's just him looking at it going, throwing away, and you're like, "Dude, why?"
It's a very interesting concept. Like I'd like to watch it, but it was done badly.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way.
This is also coming from two people who have never had a show on air ever.
Yeah, we'll talk about ideas, but I think we're too chicken to sort of make them because we don't know how people react to the ideas.
No, I'll make them. I'm just lazy. Yeah. There's a nunnery I need to take down.
But yeah, also this. I remember there was an interview with this like same dude who when they were promoting. When he was promoting Bright at Comic-Con, and someone asked him, "Hey, so how do you feel about making this and whatnot?" And he was so passionate, the guy legitimately turned around and unironically said to the guy, "Oh, this is going to be like my Star Wars." I instantly laughed. It's like, dude.
When Netflix
no.
The stupid money Netflix has, they could, in theory, like, if there was the second one maybe could have been better.
I think it's still in development, the second one.
I thought, after the several sexual assault claims, I imagine Netflix is very much pushing that away.
I mean, the way I'm thinking about it, I think they're going to be getting different people to make it. I'm pretty sure it's still on the books, and what I can remember, I just don't know it's like on the priority roll right now, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. Sean.
Me, Sean.
What have you watched in the last however many weeks it's been since we've recorded?
Oh, plenty. If we were able to go on for much more longer than usual, I would probably tell you all the things that I saw. As soon as the cinemas reopened again, I was there. Just revolving door of different films that I managed to see. But the first one I want to talk about was actually at home, Martin, believe it or not. Because...
So you gave me that spiel for nothing.
Well, I might as well let people know.
I felt like that was going to lead up to something great.
I'm telling you the sort of things I saw in order, just because it makes sense to me, and that's how my mind works. Plus, I might as well let the folks out there know, and at least in the UK at least, that cinemas are open. Go support your local cinema. See something cool. Go see something basically. And at home, if you don't want to go to the cinema and are pretty frightened by that, hey, that's okay. No one's going to judge you for that. There is a movie that I highly recommend that, in fact, I think I need to seek help for. Maybe not. I don't know. Luca, the new Disney Pixar film, that came out a couple of weeks ago at the end of June. I've seen this movie 3 times now. I love this movie. Like, the first time I watched it, I was sort of like, okay, this is good, but it's not Pixar tier. It's not like Soul levels of amazing. And then like a couple of days later, I started thinking more about it. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of cute. I like the characters. I like this. I like that. I watched it again for the second time, and I was like, dude, I love this. And then like weeks after that, I was a bit down, and I was like, I need a comfort movie. I'm gonna put on this. And now it's like one of my go-to comfort movies now, which is kind of a bizarre achievement. Bizarre in the sense where it's like, you wouldn't necessarily call a movie a comfort film, because I think it'll depend on what the movies are. But Luca is like the perfect example for me of a comfort movie. Not only because not necessarily because you can turn off your brain and watch it, but because there's just so much creativity and passion and a really good story there, and the characters are all wonderful. But before I continue to spiel on, I should probably let you know, and the lovely listeners, what the movie is about. So the movie follows Luca, voiced by Jacob Tremblay of Room fame, with Brie Larson, not the Tommy Wiseau Room.
Not The Room.
Not just The Room. Just Room. Just Room. No does. So Jacob Tremblay voices Luca, who is a sea monster who meets another sea monster voiced by Jack Dylan Glazer from the It films, who voices Alberto, and the two of them are sea monsters, and Alberto's like, hey, there's a surface up there. How about you?
I should say, if you're not a horror movie fan, he was also Freddy in Shazam.
That's right, he was in Shazam. I sometimes forget people were in Shazam. I do love that movie though.
You forget people were in Shazam.
My brain kind of goes blank. I just see the costumes, and then I think deeply more about it. They're there, and it's like, oh yes, people. Anyway, So they play sea monsters, and they decide to go up to the surface. They go up to the surface, and they meet a bunch of wacky, lovable characters, and they also enter this contest to win a Vespa, to travel the world in a Vespa. And in this contest they meet this bully
The way you're saying Vespa makes it seem like we're sponsored by Vespa.
I mean, I hope.
It's a Vespa.
A Vespa. Buy yourself a Vespa. Travel about the world around. Also, Vespas are pretty cool. What can I say? Don't look at me like that, Martin.
Are they though?
So, I mean, listen, if you saw
They're
this...
just like bikes that move slightly quicker.
Listen, if you're a sea monster and you saw a Vespa, your mind would be blown. If you were...
Just like bikes that move quicker. I have no idea why I thought that way.
By that logic, Martin, I'm pretty sure motorcycles are bikes that move quicker and louder.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That makes sense. Anyway, so and the movie is without doubt probably one of the most charming films Pixar has put out. And don't get me wrong, I kind of changed my mind on it after watching it for the first time. A lot of critics and whatnot watched it and were like, "Hey, this is good," but it's not hot level tier Pixar. And after a while, the more I kind of thought about it, and the more I watched it, I was like, dude, there's nothing wrong. There's kind of nothing wrong with it, being lacking in great emotional depth like the other Pixar films did. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a movie where it's at its core and at its heart, it's just about characters being characters, living in the world and whatnot. They don't have to have these great world level stakes, one of them dies and goes on a horrifying existential quest about their spark, or one of them discovers a door to a monster world, where that monster world has some sort of corporate espionage nightmare going on, or one of them has a child called Nemo who gets lost, and one of them has to go find the Nemo
you were being
son.
vague to begin with, and then you just flat out went Nemo.
Yeah, I was trying to be clever, and then so people could figure it out, but then I thought, Nemo, they have to figure it out. So
there's only so many Pixar films.
But you know what I mean, though, yeah? A lot of the Pixar...
Nemo, it's the one with the clownfish.
Yeah, the clownfish. So a lot of the Pixar films, not Cars 2 or Cars, no, they're very emotionally complex and layered.
So what you're saying is Cars 3 is really good.
I mean, to be fair, that did grapple with
There's
that
Cars 2, Cars.
Listen, Cars 3 is Creed. Cars 3 is Creed. It's about a guy who's dude, I'm old and busted. I can't go no more. It's good. Anyway, so we need to get back on track. This is what happens when I have in-person conversations with people. We just go off track. Anyway, so Luca's story, while not particularly the most heaviest story, it's very Studio Ghibli-like, where its story is purely about focusing on these characters with these problems that are universal, but not universal to again, they're going on a big existential quest to find the Holy Grail or anything. It's just these two kids who want to buy a Vespa and just want to light the world, and it's very cute. And the vocal performances from Jacob Tremblay and Jack Dylan Grazer are very good. So well done to the point where the character designs and the models fit the voices, or the voices fit the models, where they just are those characters, and it works so well. You've also got Maya Rudolph and Jim Gaffigan as the parents of Luca. I mean, it's Maya Rudolph. She's amazing in anything. You put her in something, she's going to be the best part. Even if it's I don't know, Hubie Halloween. And you've got Jim Gaffigan there.
You hush your...
And it's got Jim Gaffigan there, who's really good. You've also got this character called Julia, who is adorable. I can't remember the name of the voice actor who voices her, but she was great, and the character was adorable as all hell.
Do you mean Emma Berman?
There we go, Emma Berman. The character is just adorable, and I love her. And you've also got her father, Massimo, who is this big sweetheart, and he's awesome, and I love this movie.
I can't believe you can't remember Emma Berman. She also was in the great show Go, Corey Carson.
That sounded like it hurted you to say, Mark. That really hurt you to say.
Again, dust in my throat.
That's fair. Now
I might actually have to move closer to the microphone so it picks me up now.
No, now I can hear it. Oh dear. You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's no pain. It's just dust in my throat.
Okay. So
I'm actually looking at the mic levels and I have to talk really loudly to actually. So I apologize for the people listening. But
yeah, the dust particles in Martin's throat decide not to play ball today. So yeah. And you've also got like this character called Hercule, who is this like bully, who's essentially the villain, but he's more of a bully character, and he's a wonderful character just because he's a dick and he's hilarious, and also just kind of an arrogant asshole in a sort of like entertaining. I want to see this guy just fail kind of way. But yeah, I feel I don't know what else I could say about it. I just love this movie. I love the characters. I love the animation, the visual designs, the weird like little sequences the film will have, and just the overall direction and the feel and the vibe of the whole thing. It's a very relaxed movie where you can watch it any day of the week. You can watch it no matter how you're feeling, and if you're feeling sad or whatever, it's a really good antidote. It lifts you up. And there's also like a lot of like stuff where it talks about where a lot of like people have talked about it's like queerness allegory, where the two characters are sea monsters, and like that's an allegory for like queerness and whatnot. And it's a thing I'd recommend you probably should look up. It's quite and then an interesting thing to look into.
Fine, more googling.
And it's
maybe my voice will come back.
You can look at the allegory of the film and just view it up to your own interpretation. I mean, don't get me wrong, the allegory is definitely somewhat crystal clear.
Say allegory again.
Allegory.
There you go.
There you go. It's very crystal clear, but it's still it's a fucking lovely message.
Wait,
I love this movie.
Great allegory.
Did I say allegory at one point?
Yeah. You just said allegory like 5 times in one sentence.
Yeah, I get excited. I repeat.
It's allegory. It's allegory.
It's an allegory. It's an allegory. It's all in the allegory. So it's.
Again, sorry for that one, listener. I am also watching the microphone spike there.
You're gonna hate listening to the words. So next time you hear someone go allegory, you're gonna probably think of this and probably have an attack. I'm sorry. Anyway, I love Luca. It's unironically, along with like one of the other films that we're going to be talking about today, it's one of my favorite films I've seen this year. It might even be in my top 3. That's how much I loved it. It was a bit of a slow grower, admittedly, but when you sort of like watch it so many times to the point where you're like, yeah, this is my jam now. It's a lovely movie, and I love it so much, and I feel like we need to probably give it a bit more credit instead of this sort of shrugging at it and calling it low tier Pixar, because it's so much more than just low tier Pixar. I argue it's in the high tier, not necessarily because of the fact that like it's a deep deconstruction of its characters, but it's just this lovely movie about being yourself and friendship and Vespas and pasta. There's a lot of pasta, by the way. The pasta, if you see it, you'll want to eat it. That's how delicious the pasta looks in that movie.
I'm thinking we go for a curry after that.
Defeats the purpose. Fuck! Anyways, I want an Italian!
You can have an Italian curry. It's like...
Well, it won't be the same, though. It won't be the same.
I just watched how dead that went there.
It won't be the same. Anyway, so Luca, it's amazing. I love it. I think you'll probably love it. I think Martin over here will probably love it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I like films.
There you have it, folks. Martin Walker in 2020. I love film.
I like films. I didn't say I love them. There's no put words in my mouth.
Right,
I like them. And also my voice is back.
Alright, so I think that went on for far too long. I can't really tell because when I talk, I feel like time is just not.
Well, anyway, let's do our big topic, which is obviously the movies are back, the cinemas are back, and what was I want to say the first thing, but it was the second thing we saw together.
Yeah, and
what was the nice, great birthday gift that Mr. Manuel Miranda gave to me?
I'm sorry, could you say his name again?
Mr. Manuel Miranda.
Right. Isn't it Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yes, Mr. Manuel Miranda. I used his second name. I don't know him well enough to call him Lin. I'm sorry.
Plus, if you're calling him
Sorry.
Mr., if you're calling him,
Sean knows Lin.
yeah, we're best friends. We smoked a joint once and talked about Hamilton. I was like, bro, how did you come up with all that ideas? And he was just like, It just comes out of my brain, and I'm just sort of like, wow, Mr. Miranda, that's really cool.
Anyway, Mr. Miranda, first name Lin-Manuel. I'll do it like I'm doing a register.
Is Lin-Manuel, like, I think it's a second name, Lin and then Manuel. It's like, what are you talking about? So
I didn't realise we would get stuck on his name so much.
No, it's because
his name is Lin-Manuel Miranda. I read it full, okay?
There we go.
Shut the ever-loving In the Heights up.
Listen, if I one day walked in here and called you Martin Andrew, I'd say Martin Andrew's like your first name, even though Andrew's the second name. The dust is getting to your brain is all I'm saying, alright?
No, the first name's Lin-Manuel.
Wouldn't Lin be his first name, though?
No, because it's Lin-Manuel.
Right.
Just read it fully.
Okay.
Lin-Manuel.
Right, that's what I'm confused about. So is that like his proper first name?
Shut up! Shut up!
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to read. We haven't even said the title of the film.
Well, I mean, you did there earlier on, but it was like, back in...
We went and watched In the Heights, Sean.
Did we though?
In the Heights.
In the Heights.
Again, sorry listeners. I wonder why my voice keeps on disappearing.
Don't know why you're looking at me like that. Don't blame me.
But we watched In the Heights, which is the film version of Mr. Manuel. Let's not go down the
don't do it again. It's just, we don't want to repeat this.
Which was the creator of Hamilton's first Broadway show. This is the film version of it, which is, as the title says, about the New York suburbs or area, whatever you would call it, called Washington Heights. And it follows the say 5 or 6 people that are living in that area. Because it is, I don't know if this is true, because obviously I've never been there. It is a mostly Puerto Rican level area.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just he amplified it for the movie, or if that is genuinely highly, like a high Puerto Rican area.
Yeah, I mean, New York has got a lot of like different areas that like like a lot of different cultures have like lived and grew up of like different generational cultures and families living there. So you'll definitely get like certain areas in New York where they'll have certain groups there. But overall, the city is like a big melting pot of cultures. It's just
I'd love to go eventually. Maybe to the Heights.
So you and I could
can be those 2 tourists that appeared in that like slight section of the beginning song.
Just walking in the street and we just start singing, and then we just get like, I don't know, pie thrown in our faces or something and told to be quiet. It's like, bro, we're here for the Heights. We're trying to sing the song.
But it is a very good thing. Created by the gentleman who we can't say his name off right now.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's not that hard.
You're the one that reacted badly to it.
Because the way you put it was a bit weird. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Let's not get lost in that again.
They have pretty much, to the best of my knowledge, just taken the cast from the first Broadway show and put them on into this film. Obviously, Lin-Manuel Miranda was the first Usnavi, but Anthony Ramos was the more well-known one who did the longer Broadway run.
And also was in Hamilton. I think he played like 2 roles in Hamilton. He played one of them.
A lot of them did. I think Corey Hawkins, to be honest, is the only person that wasn't in any of the Broadway stuff.
Yeah, he was in the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton. I think he played Dr. Dre.
No, but I mean from the Broadway.
Oh right.
He's the only person that has not been taken. Sort of picked from one of Miranda's stuff.
Yeah, I'm guessing Jimmy Smits is in that same category as well, because I don't think he strikes me as a Broadway guy. I mean, I could be wrong.
I believe he may have turned up, but I don't think he was that. No.
Right. I mean, I'm more thinking musical-wise. I don't know if Jimmy Smits has ever done musicals before.
Oh, judging by the voice that came out with him when he sang,
Oh, God, aye.
he is a very good singer.
Before we do continue, though, on the subject of Jimmy Smits, let me tell you. So me and Martin went to see this together on his birthday.
And there he was, defending Jedi.
What? That show threw me off. I was so confused. God damn it! Because for the listener, I just looked at Martin Stone's face like, the fuck, what? That threw me off completely.
Yes, I have only actually seen Jimmy Smits in Revenge of the Sith.
Don't forget
In fact, that's a lie. I'm lying to myself and the listeners at home. He was a big part of Dexter.
And Sons of Anarchy. He was also...
He was a big part of Dexter.
Okay, no Sons of Anarchy. I see where this is going, Martin
He's
Walker.
a great... But Jimmy Smits is... I mean...
Underrated. I think he's a very underappreciated actor.
Yeah.
He just seems like a cool dude as well. Anyway, so me and Martin went to see this on his birthday, which I didn't find out it was his birthday till later on. I was apologetic. Martin was like, bro, it's fine. It's cool. So...
My birthday's my birthday.
Yeah. So, it was a good birthday.
If you follow my Instagram, Bennett789, I got my Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
So I was happy with the day.
I'm looking at it right now. It's a really cool design and everything. It's really nice. Anyway, so we went to the cinema to see it, and we took our seats and whatnot. And as the film opened, and it opens on like the opening song, which is also called "In the Heights."
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And as soon as Jimmy Smits walked in and sings "Good Morning, Uzunavi" or whatever it went, I remember just being so giddy that I think to not only I was like, God damn it, I want to be that guy going into every place and singing good morning to some stranger just to make up their day, but God damn it, I'm gonna love that movie. And by the end of it, we both walked out like, yeah. This is one of the best films of the year.
Hey, it was a very good adaptation.
There we go. You did it. You did it.
Put my teeth back in.
Yeah.
And
they just spilled it. They're on the table.
It was very good. It follows. I say it follows all of them, but Usnavi's the vocal point of it.
I mean, I'm not really familiar with the musical, the original musical. That is, you were more familiar with it. I'm pretty sure afterward you came out of all these like facts about it.
Yeah.
Like how it pretty much follows the sort of same archetype of the show, where it's not really about one person. It's mostly about a collection of characters. It's more of an anthology from what you described it to be.
I would class the main characters of this as Usnavi. There's my teeth out again. Usnavi, Benny, and Vanessa would be who. And what's her name? Nina.
That's the college student, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go.
I would class them four as the main characters, but it follows the rest of them. Like there's Daniela, who runs the what would you call it? Beauticians?
Beauticians? Barbershop? No, that's... Well,
she kind of does... She does it all. Like, she does makeup, nails...
Hair. Like, but it looks like a very fun place to work, too.
Yeah. Usnavi, who gets his name from when his dad was coming over from Puerto Rico on the ship, saw a military US Navy ship go past, and he went, that's going to be my son's name.
which is like such a cool way of naming your own child, just seeing something and going, fuck it, we're going to name my son this.
Because you would never think US Navy would make a good name.
Yeah, especially if like you put it with more of a different twang than just US Navy.
You put a Puerto Rican twang on it.
Yeah. Also, if anyone's wondering what that sound is in the background, it's raining heavily outside.
Yeah. I don't know. It adds a bit of like niceness to the back of this podcast.
Yeah, listen, I as much as I hate being in rain, I love the sound of rain. It's just such a nice, beautiful, calming sound. Okay, that's us done that. That's us done basking in the weather.
Rain tangent there.
So,
In the Heights is amazing. The cast is amazing. All the songs are amazing. It shows Stephanie Beatrice in a
Beatrix, I think it's pronounced.
Would Beatrix have an X at the end of it?
I mean, that's kind of how I've been pronouncing it. I could be wrong. I'm not.
The way I'm reading it is Beatrice.
Yeah, I'm not.
We apologise, Stephanie. If
yeah, we do apologise.
We fuck up a lot of names.
We do. If you do listen back to it, we've messed up so many names. I'm not challenging on it. I'm just sort of saying that's how I've been pronouncing it. It's like I could be wrong on it too. It's just that's been how I've been pronouncing it.
Either way, she is more well known for playing Detective Rosa Diaz on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she shows her acting chops as she did in that other film that I am blanking on the name of right now, where she is playing a completely different character.
Yeah, I've seen her in other stuff before. She is really good.
She's debatably one of the best actors.
Yeah, again, underrated. Underrated actor. Just give her more roles, please. And you've also got Jimmy Smits, as we mentioned. We've also got using that.
Corey Hawkins, who I believe hasn't sang before this.
He didn't sing before.
I believe not didn't sing in general.
Right.
I believe to my knowledge has not done something to this level.
Right, because I gotta say, for a first go around, it's a really good attempt. Corey Hawkins is one of my favorite characters in that film. I love
Benny's Dispatch is probably my favorite song out of it.
How does it go again? Remind me.
That's the one where he's on the...
I can remember the setup, I remember the scene, I just don't remember the tune of the song.
I'm not singing it because my voice is gone.
Or just hum it.
I'll show you it when we get off the recording.
Right, fine. I do remember the setup.
Look up Benny's Dispatch. It's when he's basically rapping / singing. He's musical rapping, which is singing.
Yeah. I can remember musicals. I can remember the setup of some of them, I just can't remember how the songs go.
But I think that's my favourite song out of the whole thing. But
for the most part, I loved a lot of the songs. A lot of the songs are really good. They're brilliant. I mean, I'm not really a musical expert, so I can't really tell you pardon me, the ins and outs of how they work. I can mostly just tell you how I think they work for the characters and whatnot. But they're all really well written. They're all very beautiful. They're all very fun, very vibrant. The pool one might be one of my favorite ones. Just because of the choreography of the pool sequence.
96,000.
Yeah, they're talking about the lottery ticket and the characters are talking about what they're going to do with it. Just the choreography on display and the way John M. Cho, who directs it, he also directed Crazy Rich Asians. The way he directs that whole sequence is so well done. It's amazing to see a musical now part of that dude's repertoire. It's just so cool, and the way he does it is really well done. And you also got this amazing musical number of Corey Hawkins and what's the name of the actress who plays Nina? Leslie Grace, who do this whole choreography sequence while running around the side of a building. The effects work for it is amazing. The choreography of the dancing is amazing. It's just very well put together. And it's just I'm kind of the same as Luca for me. Just a wonderful film across the board.
Yeah, there's no real despair. It's not really oh my god, where the Heights is disappearing. Yeah. Oh my god, they're just sort of going about their life. Yeah. The one sad part, if you know the Broadway show, Abuela Claudia passes away.
Spoilers, by the way.
That's why I said if you know the Broadway.
All right, okay.
She passes away.
Yeah, her performance.
But also, it was kind of telegraphing it for a lot of the film.
I guess so. But I will say her performance and the musical number she has. God damn it! What a goddamn knocker! I teared up. I gave a good cry.
Olga Merdis is her name.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also weirdly... I did not put this connection, but you'll never guess who she played in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Who did she play?
Rose's mum.
What? That's amazing. Oh my god.
But she is also a character actor. She has been in everything from, as I say, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, her performance in this movie, and again, I know when you mention awards stuff, it's always kind of a hyperbole kind of issue, and don't get me wrong, I'm starting to find it kind of annoying as well. It's very annoying to watch a movie and label it an Oscar pick or something, but genuinely, I think her role in the movie would definitely get her some sort of best supporting actor nomination. Her role in that film was so good, and her number in the middle of the film is just so beautiful.
It's operatic and everything. It's really good.
That I think you'd be a fool not to nominate her.
Yeah, but the Oscars are.
Yeah, I mean...
They are fools.
Oh, of course. Like, in an ideal world, they always go for the best people. But no, we live in a timeline where they gave The Green Book Best Picture over, like, Black Klansman and The Favourite and Black Panther.
Because it was white savior.
they were like...
and also it was based in, like, when was it? The 40s?
The 60s.
The 60s. They are all that age where they remember it.
Yeah, they were like, oh, he's a good guy. I'm like him. I'm a good guy. This is going to win movies.
They probably all remember having that car. They probably met the guy it's based on.
But yeah, that's a whole other story for another time.
Anyway.
Anywho.
In the Heights, you should genuinely, if you've not seen it, even if you've seen it, see it again. Yeah,
I'm tempted to see it, but I've got this thing where, like, I have to see new releases, and I don't particularly enjoy venturing out too much because, again, we're still in pandemic times right now, so don't go traveling crazy.
You should also look up Anthony Ramos, who plays Usanavi, that we've covered. He has his own albums.
Damn, that's crazy.
He is a big old singer.
Yeah.
Where he's from.
He's got a good pair of lungs in him. He's really good. He's also the four main actors are really good in the film. I think all of them.
We've not even covered Melissa Barry. I have butchered that name.
Oh, I can hear that laptop. Oh man, that is.
Yeah, my laptop.
Your laptop is not having a good time right now.
But she has been in quite a lot of Puerto Rican / Latino shows. But she is a very good actress, and judging by the picture they've used to promote this on IMDb, utterly shredded.
Hold on, let me just take a look.
Wait, no, I'll see if I can find it again.
Alright, sorry. Because we're in person there, I can actually see what Martin is talking about, so this is a big benefit. Hold on.
Wait, no, it's just playing the trailer now.
God damn.
There.
Jesus Christ!
Jacked! She would kill me.
Damn. So yeah, she's really good too. Like, her performance in the film is amazing, and
everyone's amazing.
Everybody is amazing.
It's one of those casts where you can actually just say they're all really good.
Yeah, like in the similar vein of like Hamilton. There's no one weak link. All of them are really good. Like, cast member wise, they're all excellent. And it's...
David Diggs is weak in Hamilton.
How dare you, Martin?
David Diggs is amazing at everything.
Yeah. They even got Glorious Gary from Central Park in The Heights. And it's just great to see him still going strong.
Yeah, also, Glorious Gary, or as he's better known, George Washington from Hamilton.
There we go. I'm sorry. I just think the character he plays in Central Park...
They got him as a... Like, not even a speaking part.
He's just there in the background, and he has a feud with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's just like one of the best scenes in the film.
Oh, actually, Piragua could be it. I'd like that song, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one that they actually finished the show with.
Oh, right. But yeah, it's an amazing film. It's probably one of the best musicals around. It's a very fun time. It's well directed, it's well performed. It's just an overall excellent film.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the only elephant in the room is obviously like the sort of like casting issue that they had where like they didn't have any Afro-Latin people in the cast. Like, they had like Latin people, but not like any Afro-Latin people, which since then Lin-Manuel Miranda has apologized for, and in a very heartfelt message, which I think Warner Brothers ought to do better next time on that sort of thing, because, dude, come on.
Yeah, Warner Brothers has got to do better on a lot of their stuff, though.
Yeah, they're not doing...
Let's be honest.
Yeah, Warner Brothers aren't doing so hot right now, and for good reason.
It doesn't matter, because we've got a backup mic and everything, but Zoom's just cut out on me. So
oh, god damn it!
We're down a mic at this moment.
Damn, Zoom! Are we
yeah, we're recording on this other mic, so it's fine.
Right, good. I got a bit of a panic there. I was like, God damn it, Zoom! You son of a bitch! How dare you! But
and this Blue Yeti blackout mic that was bought on Amazon.com.
Bought on Amazon.com.
Says doing quite well to keep up with us. I was a bit worried that it might not be able to pick up both voices, but judging by what I'm hearing in my ears and what hopefully you're hearing at home, it is very well.
Wonderful. In fact, Blue Yeti, you're doing a good job. Come here. Well done.
Don't kiss my microphone.
I didn't touch it. I just gave it a smooch.
Kiss my microphone.
I just
COVID exists. COVID.
Yeah, we
all COVID. I may have been vaccinated, but COVID.
So yeah, In the Heights is a wonderful film. It's one of the best films of the year. Go see it. You'll have a great time. It's just such a wonderful film, and just more musicals would be nice. More musicals.
More good musicals.
Yeah, more good musicals. None of your Greatest Showman nonsense would be nice.
They had alright songs. The plot is like this. We'll move on to what I've been watching after this statement.
Alright. Is it a bit of a hot take, shall we say?
Greatest Showman was okay song-wise, plot-wise, all over the place.
Yeah, but at least song-wise it was fine.
I would say that Washington Heights, or In the Heights, as it's formerly known, is actually mixed both plot and musical amazingly.
Yeah, I say it's on the same vein for me as like La La Land, where like the songs are like well incorporated into the story, where they all kind of make sense.
They lead into each other really well.
Yeah.
Like in The Greatest Showman, they'd have bits where it's like, "Grr, they said I was bad, now singing."
Yeah, or
this actually leads in really well.
Or they have an opera singer, and they don't do opera, and it will annoy you for the rest of your days to an irrational point where your friends look at you and go, "Sean, stop it, it's okay." And you're like, "No, it's not okay! They got the genre wrong!" And you have to calm down, take a breath.
I can kind of see where they're coming from to not do opera. Opera is very hard to make popular.
Yeah, I guess so, but the only thing I have to say to that is, and I'm going to have to get close to the microphone for this to make the bit work, but the only thing I have to say to that, if you're going to do opera in a musical film, with an opera bit, just get an opera singer, it's not that hard. Just get an actor who can also sing opera. There's plenty of them. It's not that hard.
Anyway, that statement is over. So, my final TV series, not ever, just for this episode.
Oh, thank God, I got worried. I thought like you were suddenly going to put an end to TV shows.
I watched Netflix, another adaptation. See, I'm getting that word down pat.
Oh.
Another adaptation. I watched them adapt Sweet Tooth, the DC comic series.
That's on my list. Okay,
I will try. I will not spoil it too much.
Okay.
It does end in a way that makes it seem like there is going to be a second season.
Alright.
Whether Netflix can make it a second season is something different, because Netflix has been very spotty with what they lead on.
Yeah, Netflix are weird with their shows. Like, don't get me wrong, with movies, they're somewhat fine. They'll promote your movie unless it's like, I don't know, got names attached to it, but if you're like, some independent feature, they'll go, "Cool, we'll buy you. Drop. You're on our service now." Or when it comes to TV shows, which is a lot more worse, I guess, because they'll greenlight a show, they film it and everything. It does well, and then next thing you know, Netflix kind of just sort of goes, we're going to drop it. It's not doing well in the algorithm.
Yeah. Sweet Tooth is, I will give you a quick summary of the comic book, because, in fact, no, he's a little bit older in the comic book, because it's based on like a graphic novel of the same thing. But the gist of it is that it's rather apt for the last couple of years, where a viral infection goes pandemic. It slowly starts taking out everything in the world.
Very topical.
It's very, very topical. But not handled too much. It's not like it's, oh my god, COVID, yeah?
Yeah, it's like, it's a different disease. It's not the one we're living in right now.
But there is a weird connection where around about the same time that the viral infection starts going pandemic, children who are hybrids start to like become born.
Oh.
So there's like hybrids with random animals like pigs and blah blah blahs and ones that could fly and all that kind of stuff.
It's just one of those weird fantasy things that happens.
Yeah.
And you have a reason for it, but not like one where you have to pause it and go, "Hold on, explain yourself."
So the Sweet Tooth follows Gus, who is very well played by Christian Convery, who is a deer hybrid. And the only problem with the hybrids is that they came around at the wrong point, where obviously a person is smart, people are stupid, is a saying from Men in Black that I always use, where people start trying to connect the two, and they think that the hybrids are causing the illness.
Oh, okay.
So they go around killing all the hybrids. And the surprise that happened in my life when I was watching this show is that Gus's dad takes him into the forest to have him grow old. But Chris's dad is played by the lovable Will Forte.
Yeah, I saw him in the trailer. Like the trailer, I remember is what kind of sold me on it. Not only because like Susan and Robert Downey Jr. are producers on the show. Sorry, but the cast looks really good. Like Will Forte in this kind of role was kind of unthinkable. You wouldn't really think him to be in that kind of thing. Then again, he was in Nebraska, so
Will Forte does what Will Forte does.
Yeah.
Last Man Standing shows that Will Forte will pick something that will just go.
Oh yeah, like it's not just right to the band's talent. It's just surprising to see like Will Forte be.
If anything, it shows his talent. Because normally, if he's in a show, he gets picked up. He takes him into the woods to then sort of start a wooded life. So I won't spoil it for the people because it is relatively new. Something happens that then means that they have to no longer live in those woods, and then I'm going to use the word that I've used constantly this episode for some reason, cascades into more of an adventure. Then,
I mean, it's a good word. You should use it more in your vocabulary.
It's kind of hard to do. Cascades doesn't really come out that much. There is, obviously, it's post-apocalyptic world, so there is bad guys who are going around specifically hunting hybrids. You're not quite sure. I'm trying to say this without spoiling it. There is an area called the Preserve where, for some reason, someone has wanted to save all these people who are hybrids and tries to thingy them. Because the main thing with Gus that is a surprise to a lot of people that see him is that he is a hybrid that is actually talks. Because normally the hybrids are hunted that quickly that they are killed off.
Right. Without
getting too dark, they're killed off like basically relatively quickly.
Yeah.
So
like you see it and go, get rid of it. No, we got.
It has several people who are very, very good. It has, and I always fuck up his name whenever I try and pronounce it, Nonzo and Nonzi.
Oh, I love him. He's really good.
He helps them along in their venture. He has been known for basically everything. Basically, this episode should be called We Love Character Actors.
Yeah, Character Actors, the podcast. That'll be our new podcast coming soon. And they'll just... So yeah, I've seen him in stuff before. I think he's a really good actor. And it's nice to see him like get more bigger roles.
He's great in it. There's no other way. Basically, we love you character actors. We love finding you. We love the most amazing character actor that there is, which is... It's a toss-up between Walton Goggins and Alan Tudyk.
They're like...
Them two are like high tier.
I think John Goodman also would probably be up there. Like, someone could go up here...
John Goodman... I wouldn't say he's been in as much as the other two.
Yeah,
like, Alan Tudyk played a chicken in Moana.
Yeah, but John Goodman has still got that, like, talent and grace where, like, even if he's, like, doing voiceover roles, he's still, at the end of the day, technically
Alan Tudyk played a chicken.
Yeah, but...
He played a chicken, Sean.
Yeah, but John...
He played a chicken.
Yeah, but John Goodman also played Sully. John Goodman also played Sully, man.
He played Sully, where he was just being John Goodman as a big, scary bear.
Listen, he
played a chicken, Sean. A chicken. For a movie that was maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours long, he went, bok, I'm a chicken.
I don't remember that part of Moana, but Alan Tudyk just went out going, bok, I'm a chicken.
We've talked about him before. He is the greatest. In fact, no, I'm putting him above Walton Goggins. Okay. Walton Goggins is great. Walton Goggins is a close number 2. Alan Tudyk is everywhere and everything. I might be Alan Tudyk. He's that great a character actor. I just don't know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It certainly explains the shrine.
Fuck Gary Oldman. Alan Tudyk needs all this stuff.
It certainly explains the shrine though Alan Tudyk have over there. I was questioning it, but I thought nope, just leave it there. He'll probably hurt you if you question it. But
anyway, back to Sweet.
Yeah, but I'm not getting over the fact though that you for Moana you pretty much just went buck I'm a chicken, and I now really want to see the original screenplay.
Have you never seen the behind the scenes of Moana?
No, but I really want to now.
It's literally just a clip where he's like making a bunch of chicken noises, and then he laughs and he goes, "I went to Juilliard,"
which is a very fair reaction to have.
Anyway, It is also, I believe this is her first time acting, but I will double check. No, I am a liar.
Okay, now you've saying that, people are now going to be doubting you that you think Alan Tudyk is the greatest character actor of all time. This puts a dent in your argument, good sir.
Stefina Lavie Owen plays part of a, what would you say? Militia, who are a bunch of young adults who are going around and trying to save hybrids from being kidnapped and killed.
Yeah, I think
she
I
joins
think either,
in the adventure as well.
I think militia or a guerrilla army would probably make
I'd
sense.
say militia, yeah. Adil Akhar is in it. He plays the doctor trying to cure the virus thing. I'll be honest, I don't know if it was just how I was feeling when I watched the thing. I could not care about that side of the story.
Yeah, I've seen him in like stuff before. I'm pretty sure he played.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah,
just that side of the story I couldn't care about.
He played a character in Utopia called Wilson, and he was one of the best parts of that show. Like, he's a really good actor. Like it just from the sounds of it and from what I've seen of the trailer, it sounds like they didn't like go wrong with the casting in this show.
Oh no, the casting's amazing. In fact, it shows how good Nonzo, Christian, and Stefina were. I wanted to see more of them rather than, because it was just a storyline. His storyline, without getting too into it, is just him living in like a safe zone that is just going day by day of like, oh, is he going to cure it? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that person's come down with it. Blah, we're going to have to cordon off that person and burn their house down. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
like, it's basically like the prequel to the whole pandemic.
It's kind of, it's a bit Walking Dead-ish, where they're safe, and I'm kind of bored of seeing them safe. I want to see more of the world that Christian, Nonzo, and Stefina are walking to.
Although, in fairness, what you're describing to me sounds a lot more better than The Walking Dead, so I'll take this over any day of the week.
That's your opinion. But they are walking through a world where there's flowers that have bloomed that are poisonous to everyone, but put Gus the hybrid in like a state of like a drug, basically.
Mm-hmm.
There is the best part, and I'll be honest, if you've not heard this gentleman's voice, you need to. James Brolin narrates it. And James Brolin narrates all of it, where he talks about it like it's a western. Like, he narrates it like, oh, Gus was a boy walking down this
okay,
way.
I'm making a vow right now. When I get home, if I remember correctly and don't act like a little baby about it, I will watch this show. You've sold me. Don't get me wrong, I was sold on it before, from the sort of cast and the producers and whatnot and the concept, but the fact that it's got James Brolin, narrating it in a style of a western, a post-apocalyptic western, this all just hits all the marks in my brain. I gotta go see I gotta see it now. So I'm making a vow right here, right now. It's recorded on the podcast, so you have like what's the term? Evidence or
evidence? Yes.
Evidence. Okay, you have audio evidence of me proclaiming this, that I will watch this show as soon as I get home, and on the next podcast or maybe on the Twitter, I will update you if I've seen it or not.
The bad guy, and this will be the last thing I say about it because we're running a bit long.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to your thing. The bad guy is excellently played by yet another character actor of Neil Sandilands.
Oh, okay.
Who you may not know his face, but you've definitely seen stuff he's in.
Yeah, like if I see his face, I'll probably have a reaction where I'm like, oh, I've seen that dude before.
I'm just double checking. What? People like me will know him from The Flash because he was the main villain for, I believe it's season 5. He was the thinker in it, and he was very good in it. But in fact, I'll just show you his face because we can do this now.
Yeah, we can.
That gentleman.
Oh man, yeah, I've seen him in stuff before.
Yeah. Google him, and you listeners, and you will literally go, oh, him.
Yeah, he's one of those character actors, the him character actor, which is basically all of them. I'll tell you what though, I kind of feel like a heel now that I don't mention this. Margot Martindale, very high tier in the character actor list. I feel I have to mention her just because.
Not Alan Tudyk though, is she?
Bro, have you seen BoJack Horseman?
Not Alan Tudyk though.
Have you seen her?
Is Alan Tudyk in BoJack Horseman?
Now you mentioned, I don't think so. God damn, you got me there. But
I'm really weirded out here. I'll be honest, reading the IMDb, where there's a character mentioned in it I don't remember seeing. Oh, in fact, yes I do. The picture's just very bad. Danny Ramirez, isn't it?
Oh.
Who I watched in Desperate it's not Desperate Housewives. Wait, maybe she is in Desperate Housewives. Anyway.
Sorry, folks. I was watching Martin's
Devious Maids. I used to watch this Spanish novella that was Devious Maids. Me and my mum did, and it was an excellent TV series.
Didn't he remake it into an American version, or is this the same show?
It was the same show.
Okay.
We watched it. It was so dumb, and I loved it. I might actually start watching it because I believe it's on Disney Plus. Beth, if you're listening, because she's not here right now, we're watching Devious Maids.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be. I think that's definitely gonna be one of your weird plans.
Even if you're not watching it in the same room as me, I will be watching Devious Maids again.
It'll be like Cook Return, where I watch it every day of every moment. As my eyes are open, Devious Maids is gonna be on the TV screen.
But that is the cast of Devious Maids.
Oh, okay, wow, all right.
And we'll move on to something else. But yeah. Tommy Irwin and Rebecca Wachowski play a married couple that hate each other, that are rich as fuck, and they are the best people in the world. They are the best people in the TV series because they will just like bounce off each other with insults because they flat out hate each other but also love each other, and like it's one of those ones where they hate each other when they talk to each other, but then will like have a massive argument and then go off and have sex. It's that one.
But I gotta say, it sounds like you're describing a very weird episode of Sweet Tooth right now.
Oh yeah, Sweet Tooth.
Who cares about that? Here's Devious Maids. So, Martin, final thoughts on Sweet Tooth before we move on.
Sweet Tooth, I hope it gets a second season because, as I've stated several times in this podcast, if it's a show that interests me world-wise, I want to see more of it. Mm-hmm. There's certain points of it that are a bit samey, but obviously it's based on a comic book that was probably written with certain cliches in mind.
Yeah.
But I would watch it. I think that it is very well done. It is a different take on post-apocalyptics because everything's post-apocalyptic at the moment. But watch it. That's all I can really say. Watch
all
it.
Right.
If my roommate Beth was here, she would also say watch it.
Yeah, but 2 ringing endorsements at the price of 1. Like I say, there's been a vow made, so I'm going to have to watch it now, which I'm really looking forward to.
Anyway, Sean, we are coming up to an hour and 12 minutes. So what is going to be your final thing before we say goodbye? Okay,
my final thing before I say goodbye. I went to the cinema to see this recently, so it's going to be our second proper cinema movie thing. Shut up, I know English. Anyway, so I went to see Supernova with Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci. That came out in a couple of film festivals last year, obviously sporadically because of the pandemic. And we finally got it released here in 2021 a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week. I can't remember. Time works differently in this world right now. So, Supernova, not a sci-fi by the way, in case someone goes Googling the movie, you'll be very disappointed.
Or from experience, Google Supernova 2020.
Supernova stars Firth and Tucci, as a couple called Sam and Tusker. Sam being a piano composer played by Colin Firth, and Tusker being a writer played by Stanley Tucci. The two of them go on a road trip where Tusker it has been diagnosed with early onset dementia, and it's just these two coming to grips of one of them is slowly deteriorating mentally, and one who wants to be with them until the bitter end. And let me tell you, Supernova might be one of my favorite films this year. That's right. We're having a podcast where I've had 3 movies that I love. We're having a
podcast where Sean is lying to you.
Shut up. You be quiet. You hush your filthy mouth. Anyway, so I got a bit too aggressive there. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie, Sean. It was a little.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry. Supernova is one of the best movies of the year for me for a couple of reasons. Colin Firth and Stanley Tucci probably give the best performances of their careers in this movie. I'm deadly serious. You thought like King's Speech was the height of Colin Firth's acting career, or even like Kingsman was the height of his acting career? Oh, honey, please, Supernova. Oh my word, he is amazing. Along with Stanley Tucci, both of them are just wonderful. They're great. The movie even has like a really good opening shot involving the two of them that really lets you know how much these two mean to each other before the film begins. properly, and it's just the chemistry they have too is just so well done that you believe that these two men have been love each other so much and like up to this point, and it's just such a heartbreaking like film, especially when they get near the end. I won't go into too much detail because I feel like the movie is better to be seen without knowing too much of it, because it's a very small film where not a whole lot happens outside of like Tusker's dementia thing, obviously, but the characters are so well written, the drama is so well performed and so well handled by actor turned writer director Harry McQueen, and it's just, and even the cinematography is very beautiful. There's a lot of really lovely shots of like the English countryside that Tusker and Sam travel in. And just the whole dilemma and the whole drama of it all is just so captivating. And you kind of just want to see the two of them make it out okay. Even though there's an undeniable inevitability of like the character situation. And it ends on such a strong note that I'm not joking when I say this. I legitimately, like, after I left the screening, I legitimately had to go for a walk after seeing it. It was such a strong ending, and it's, like I say, it's unironically one of the best films of the year, and I love it so much. I hope Harry McQueen gets to go off and make more films after this. Firth and Tucci, I don't know if it's like if they're eligible to get nominated. I'm pretty sure there was talk of it last year, so I don't know how that works in it this year, but I hope they get nominated somehow. I think their performances are all excellent.
They have been currently nominated for certain things that I have never heard of.
Oh, so probably not. So I think they've probably like that ship has sailed, I'm guessing.
AARP Movies for Grown-Ups Awards. That sounds fake. Feast International Film Festival, Gale CA, the LGBTQ Entertainment Critics. It was a nominee. It won Heartland Film. And it also won, it won the Grown Up Awards.
Yeah,
Grown Up Awards makes it sound like it's a porn thing.
Yep. But yeah, I think that ship has sailed, but hey, whatever. The two of them did a really good job, and they're the highlight of the film, along with the other highlights of it, like the score and the cinematography.
You said highlight like 5 times.
I know, I'm sorry, I get really passionate. I repeat the same word where I get passionate. So, Supernova, I strongly recommend it, although if you're a very emotional person, I wouldn't recommend it, because again, the movie does go to...
Well, if you're an emotional person, you can watch it, but watch it when you're in the mood for a good cry.
There we go. If you want to go for a good cry and some really good investing drama, go watch Supernova. But it does get super heavy near the end.
It gets Supernova.
Oh. Skyrockets in flight. Okay, no.
Let's not kill my ears. My throat's already going. I kind of need at least one of them to do my job.
I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's really good. I loved it. It's easily one of the best of the year. It's... I don't know what else I could probably say about it other than, yeah, you'll cry and you'll probably have a good time, but at the same time you'll probably have to go for a walk and whatnot. But hey, it's a great film. It's a wonderful film. Go watch it. It's up there in the heights and look at... I'm sorry, I'm running out of words. Basically.
It's fine. Shall we maybe call it then if you're running out of words? Do you want to say goodbye?
No, gosh darn it. I will be here forever. I'm kidding. Yeah, Supernova. Go watch it. It's great.
Traditionally, Sean, I don't know if you've listened to the show. Traditionally, when you open up the show, I also leave it for you to close the show.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's been a while. Plus, we're not doing...
I don't know if you've ever listened, but...
I mean, to be fair...
We've done, like, this is episode 14. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should probably act like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so, this has been the Walking Skull podcast. We want to send out a big thank you to you who have all been listening.
Hi, Nan.
I hope you had a good time listening to us, as we had a good time rambling about the movies and shows we've watched. So, from me, Sean Scullion, please stay safe, and I hope all you are having a nice day and doing okay. And
from me, Martin Walker, I'll do our usual...
I was getting to you, you punk!
I'll do our usual shout outs before you close it off for the thing. You know, what we usually do every episode. This is find Sean at the Sean Scullion on Twitter. Don't find him on Facebook because it creeps him out. Find me as Bennett789 on Facebook. No, that's a lie. Don't find me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Bennett789 because, in fact, you've probably already found me. If you were watching this, you've either stumbled across it down a very dark YouTube hole, or someone has promoted it via one of my Twitters.
Hey,
and we have found it.
That's awesome.
Usual artwork is done by our friend Emily Bisson, who maybe we'll get her on the next episode. Maybe we should. Next episode's episode 15. We do them every 5. We'll get Emily on.
Hell yeah.
If she's free, because she is living her life. There wasn't an end to it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was the end of the sentence. She is living her life.
Never say never. Hopefully we'll get her on. People live lives, is what we're trying to say. So yeah, thank you to all who've been listening. Martin?
Wait, Emily's released a podcast, does she not?
I think so, yeah.
Pimp It Out is Brain Dead on her channel.
I think the Friend Zone.
Friend Zone. Emily Bisson.
But for the most part, I want to thank everyone for listening. It's been great being here in this room with Martin Walker talking about our movies and shows. Hopefully, we should be able to continue this by just doing it in person rather than like Zoom, unless things get really bad. So, yeah.
I do not know how YouTube works, which you guys probably know.
Yeah. So, So we're going to wrap up the podcast, or are we going to be doing this internet search?
I was going to pimp it out, but I can't find it. So I will just keep on vamping as I am trying to search everything under the world.
Yeah.
Because, luckily, Emily, being the smart girl that she is, put it in our group chat. So I'm just going to scroll a little bit. Right. So, Sean, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Although,
you doing Sean, yeah?
Yeah, I'm joining the show. It's a bit awkward, but hey, I'm having a good time. A bit awkward, but I feel.
There's when we had that shack off towards each other.
Yeah. I feel like you can probably edit this out, or you're just going to keep this in just for laziness' sake. Alright, then.
Sodom.
Alright.
Blah, 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 blah. Let's jump to this. Never mind about that Emily thing, because it appears it has been removed. So do not go. Emily Bisson has done our artwork though.
Yeah, so
she is at Emily Bisson Art on Instagram, and she no longer uses Twitter. So
yeah, so
Emily Bisson Art.
Yeah, so for editor Martin, just in case, do edit out that search if you can. Although you keep it in.
We're keeping it.
Yeah, I'm not the boss.
Editor Martin, I know you're not listening to this because you just top and tail it and then upload it.
Like all the best editors in the world. So
hey, Course Wars, when it comes back, I heavily edit, so it's fine.
So yeah, thank you all for tuning in and listening. We'll be back soon, and once again, probably with each other in the room in the Martin spheres.
Anyway, sorry for the tangent. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Bye bye.